2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. It's basketball out in Brooklyn. Barclays Center is the venue. We'll see the Nets go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight.
There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. The Nets play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you tonight, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. For the Brooklyn Nets, they come into tonight's game after losing to the Dallas Mavericks. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Karl-Anthony Towns.
Outstanding, D.A. Thank you. In the early going here, Doris, we're already seeing a continued trend, putting 5 guys on the floor who can hit the face-up jumper.
Well, this is the new age in the NBA. The floor spacing is incredible because when you've got 5 face-up guys, all of whom can put the ball on the deck, all of whom can shoot, it creates so many driving lanes. And the origin of this, to me, goes back to the last Spurs NBA championship. It was such pretty basketball, the movement, the flow. That, to me, was the starting point for all this.
Team's kind of playing outside in, and it's fun to watch the change. So the Timberwolves win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague out there with Rose, and it's Covington in at the 3 slot.
I mean, guys, how good is the form and the release? Karl-Anthony Towns capable in the mid-range as well.
Russell passes to LeVert. And the 3 off target. Now the Timberwolves with it. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and that one they showed neither.
No, there's no question, Greg. I thought their defensive intensity was lacking from the outset. It looked like they were just hoping the other team would miss.
Now, here is Russell. Ilgauskas banked in off the glass.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Here's T. Over to the wing. Towns down low, defended by Allen. Teague can't hit. And so Allen will bring it up for the Nets. Inside. And Russell gets it to go. Russell's got his first basket.
Okay, D'Angelo Russell mixing in a little interior work, not bashful.
T kicks to Towns. Over Allen. Another miss by Minnesota.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Outside, Russell. Pass to Ilgauskas. 6 to shoot. Over Teague. Again, the Nets for 2. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside, Towns. Now the pass to Rose. Outside, Gibson. And it's Russell with the rebound.
Well, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off. That's nice technique on the glass. You know, you leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
And stolen by Ilgauskas. Russell feeling it out a bit. Covington against Carroll. Allen finds Russell. AI outside. Fader on the way. That shot no good. And Minnesota will come the other way. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one. And the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Covington against Carroll. Covington dishes to T. He feeds it to Towns. Gibson. It's good on the putback.
Well, Taj Gibson has built his NBA game on his ability to rebound the basketball consistently. What a great nose for it he has.
Now, here is Russell. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Bounce pass from Carroll. Here's Ilgauskas. Minnesota with the rebound. Outside Teague. He kicks to Towns. Moves back up. And the layup is good. Towns has got his second basket.
Well, there's a willingness to mix it up on the glass, and that's a big plus for Karl Anthony Towns.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
How about Karl Anthony Towns, guys? At the age of 11, guess how tall he was? 6'3". So it was his goal to develop a complete skill set all the way back then. Boy, how about that? Ahead of the game in terms of the NBA.
Here's LeVert. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Russell against T. Outside, Russell. Beyond the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Russell's got 5 points so far.
As important as spacing is in today's game, point guards must have the deep shot as part of their arsenal. D'Angelo Russell, nicely done.
Now here's Rose. 23 points for him the last game against Denver. And Teague has it in the corner. Passes it to Towns. Over Allen. The rebound by Ilgauskas.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Russell passes to LeVert. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Rose. And Doris, the Wolves, a lot of promise, but how do they deliver?
I think Tom Thibodeau says it best, Kevin. It's the little things. The magic is actually in the work you put in every day. No shortcuts, no easy way out. There's a price to be paid for winning in the NBA.
And he knocks down the first one.
To me, Karis LeVert has tons of upside. This is a 6'7" guard with an outstanding skill set.
So he gets them both. Now here's Teague. He had 13 points in the win against Denver.
And guys, remember, remarkable passing the ball as well. He racked up a number of good assists.
Now here's Towns. It's a 5-point game. Teague drives in, and the shot goes in.
You know, Kevin, doesn't it seem in today's NBA every point guard has a floater, and Jeff Teague is no exception.
Teague against Russell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Jeff Teague. Well, you just have to admire the job that this Nets front office has done to improve the roster.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, they have taken on bad contracts in an attempt to gather assets. They have found talents like Spencer Dinwiddie who were passed up by other teams. So even though they didn't have a ton to work with, the team has kept pace with their improvement.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn.
And to me, the ceiling that D'Angelo Russell has is really high. This guy is dynamic, he's confident, he can score it, and he's just going to continue to want to prove himself.
Now here's Rose. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Teague for three. The rebound by Ilgauskas. Ilgauskas has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Carroll. To the paint. Ilgauskas, good. Ilgauskas has got 6.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Timberwolves trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
T kicks to Towns. And he lays it straight in. He's got 6.
And this, to me, is important for Karl Anthony Towns. We know he has a terrific perimeter game, but I like to see him take charge on the interior first.
Now, here's Ilgauskas. He has 6 to the wing right side. Dinwiddie. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. 7-point differential. Rose kicks to Covington. Here's Towns. Back to Covington. Lock at 6. Pulls from the top of the key. No good on that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Down low. Here's Ilgauskas. Russell trying to free himself up. Great D that time from Gibson. Timberwolves trail by 7 to the inside. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Rose. Dinwiddie passes to Allen. And here we go. Teague heading to the hoop. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Now, here is Russell. His last outing, he had 8 points. Kicks to Carroll. Lets it go from 14. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game. So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those three men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
The Nets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 6. Charge, that's good.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Napier kicks to Ilgauskas. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Here's Napier. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Napier's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Timberwolves trail by 7. Teague feeling it out a bit. Wiggins finds Towns. The jump hook. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And the layup's good off the glass. Wiggins has got his first points in this one.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Pass to Davis. Inside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Jeff Teague.
Well, you think about the Minnesota Timberwolves becoming one of the premier offensive teams in the league. They have a huge advantage in free throw attempts and limiting turnovers. 2 things that have really set this group apart.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And Doris, you look at the Wolves offense, have they matched out how good they can be?
I think one area they have to look at is in this age of the three-pointer, they were one of the league's lowest in three-point attempts. To me, they've got to boost that number, and I think they also need to look to attack in transition. They've certainly got enough weapons.
Here's Ilgauskas after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Count it.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Timberwolves trail by 6. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Puts it up from 15, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Towns has got 10 points in the game.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
Napier feeling it out a bit. The pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Napier. From deep three-point range. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Outside Dang. Connects from three-point range. And it's now only a 1-point Brooklyn lead.
Yeah, and you got to run Dang off that three-point line. He's superb at knocking down the triple thanks to that fast release.
Here's Ilgauskas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
Shooting for Brooklyn.
The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. And we'll be right back after this. Let's take a moment now to hear what AI had to say about the players and coaches who helped him get here.
A big name is Coach Keller. He was my coach at Fort Wayne. he really helped me focus on the small things that you need to do every day to be your best. On that same team, I also had a great vet leader, Paul Tatum, who gave me a lot of advice. Some for basketball, but some just for life. Without those two, there's no way I'd be sitting here and talking to you today.
AI did a lot of growing in the G League, and he rightfully gives a lot of credit to those two.
And who?
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. On the court for Minnesota, Rose is out there with Teague. Then it's Robert Covington, and there's Anthony Tolliver, and it's Gibson in at the center, locking down the middle. Teague against Russell. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Brooklyn trailing. Ilgauskas up top. Here's Dinwiddie. It's good from long range. Dinwiddie's got 5 points so far.
You have to respect the jumper of Spencer Dinwiddie. If you don't, he will rise and fire.
Allen against Gibson. Back to Rose. Just 5 on the clock. And Allen with the block. And he's able to get it back. Here's Carroll. Misses off the right iron.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Carroll against Covington. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Passes to Allen. And he drops it in from the low post. Allen's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, my goodness. That is how to attack the rim. Don't give the defense time to react. That's beautiful. I think the one constant with Tom Thibodeau is you can always hear his voice the entire game. Doesn't matter if you're up 20 or down 20, you will hear Tom Thibodeau on the sideline.
Russell passes to Ilgauskas. To the middle, Gibson with the steal. Tolliver with the bucket. Tolliver's got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Allen with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Russell against Gibson. 5 to shoot. And D'Angelo Russell with the 3. Russell's got 11 points.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Allen against Gibson. Outside Rose. Shoots from 12. That one, no good. Nice D from Russell.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Puts it up from 12. Hits the front of the rim and out. Timberwolves trail. Feeds it to Rose. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one. The Nets have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Dinwiddie dishes to Ilgauskas. It's Carroll on the wing. Here's Allen in the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Teague kicks to Gibson. Back to Teague. That's tipped. They get it back. There's Rose with the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Dinwiddie. 5 points in the game. Pass to Carroll. He kicks to Dinwiddie. And the 3 off target. Minnesota's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Count that bucket. Tolliver's got 7 points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Allen, that's good.
Boy, phenomenal decision-making from the young guard. Spencer Dinwiddie, nicely done, putting it on time and on target.
Outside Rose. The rebound by Ilgauskas. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Russell kicks to Ilgauskas. That's short off the rim. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 1. Here's the break. Dinwiddie passes to Ilgauskas. Rose with the ball. He's guarded by Russell. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Nets out in front, up 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. If you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from AI.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Well, he made them pay down there. Uses his size and body well to score close to the bucket.
LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Allen is out there with AI. And it's Russell in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Here's Ilgauskas. Here's Allen. And he banks in the layup. Allen's got the first bucket of the third here for the Nets.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on him.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Jeff Teague replacing Ricky Rubio at the point guard position for the Timberwolves. Doris, did you like that change?
You know what I did, Kevin? They're drastically different players. Rubio probably the better defensive player, definitely the more prolific passer, but the shooting was always an issue. Where with Teague, you get a guy who can knock down three-point shots, and he's one of the best point guards in the league at dribble driving into the paint and getting some action off that.
Gibson against Russell to the inside, and the jam by Ilgauskas.
Well, that's a nice pass from D'Angelo Russell, and to me, this is what you want to see, him growing and growing as a playmaker.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Teague finds Towns. Outside Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. 11 points for Rose.
Gentlemen, this guy goes from good three-point shooter to great when you give him that kind of space.
Carroll passes to Allen. Nets passing it around. Pass to LeVert. 5 to shoot. Hustle from long range. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Over in the corner, Rose. Kicks it to Covington from outside the arc. The rebound by Ilgauskas. Ilgauskas has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Rose. It's Carroll on the wing. Back to AI. Fades away. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Well, smart passing to set up the bucket. Sometimes I don't think Amar'e Carroll gets enough credit for his instincts as a passer.
Rose dishes to Gibson. Inside, here's Teague, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Teague's got 7 points.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Russell against Gibson. Here's Ilgauskas. That one doesn't go. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. That gives them the lead. 10 points for Teague.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
Here's LeVert. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. So with a wide open look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 14 points for him.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight. Efficient and effective.
And the Timberwolves call timing. Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. One, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every night? Even if the wins don't necessarily show in the box score and at the end of the, the regular season, the reality is, are you playing hard? Are you competitive?
Here's LeVert. Minnesota with the rebound. Wiggins drives in. Towns high post. Outside Teague. Back to Towns. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Ed Davis.
Anthony Towns takes the hit, gets the whistle.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
Crabs checked in for LeVert.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Davis kicks to Napier. To the paint. Here's Ilgauskas. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Ilgauskas has got 18 points. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
And that one drops.
Don't you love how Towns' hands are always ready to receive the pass? Terrific job on the pick and roll.
Napier kicks to Davis. To the paint. Crab. That's in there. Davis with the assist. He's got 5 as we approach the fourth quarter. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Outside Teague. Outside Dang. Towns against Davis. Teague with a clean look. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Now Napier. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Saric against Ilgauskas. Towns with the steal. Down low. And slam dunk by Saric.
How about Teague showing tremendous vision on that pass, quick at getting the ball to his teammates on time and on target.
And here's Napier. To the middle. Here's Ilgauskas. And he makes good on the layup. Ilgauskas has got 20 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Outside Teague. The dish now to Wiggins. Charity stripe shot. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Well, being assertive. Wiggins right now calling his own number off the pick and roll action.
Now here's Napier. Lays it up off the glass. Napier's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Back to Teague. And the pass to Towns. Just 4 to shoot. Now here's Wiggins. Tight defense on him. Beats the shot clock but can't get it to fall. Grab finds Napier. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Nets have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Alan Cram. So it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 1-point game. Passes to Towns. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And guys, when everything is working for Karl Anthony Towns, he can put up absolutely staggering numbers. What a performance here.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been...
One shot.
Free throw drops for Rose.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
On the court for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Covington in at the 3. Inside, here's Wiggins. Second chance effort, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there, and he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
Wiggins with the block.
Using every bit of that 7-foot wingspan, Wiggins airmailing it back.
Here's Allen. Just 3 to shoot. Russell from long range. And the Nets, another 3.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Rose with the ball. Here's Towns. A rebound by the Nets. Ilgauskas has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Russell. At the elbow, it's Allen. Shoots over Towns. Allen's shot is off.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
Wiggins kicks to Covington. A three-pointer, no good.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Levert the pass to Ilgauskas. Over Gibson. Again, the Nets for two. Now Rose. Dishes it to Wiggins. Pass to Covington. Picked away. Russell inside, covered by Wiggins, and that one's good. Russell.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Pass to Gibson. Rose looking around to end the run. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Well, Kevin, that's simply about feel, right? Derrick Rose in pick-and-roll situations has such a good feel for the right decision.
To the inside. Here's Ilgauskas. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Minnesota. And both free throws good for AI. Look at the state of the game. International League's getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad. I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer.
At the line, you're next. Ilgauskas. Taking 2 shots.
That one is off.
And he's taking care of the hard part tonight, which is getting to the line. But he hasn't finished the job once he gets there.
And he's good on the second. So it's the Timberwolves now, trailing by 10. Minnesota calls timeout. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
He's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And so Russell hits them both.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line here in the second half.
Outside Teague. Shoots from 14. They grab their own miss. Towns. Excellent D there from Allen.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Russell finds Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 5th assist in this one.
indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And it's Towns missing. Nets leading by 14. LeVert the pass to Russell. The pass to LeVert. Back to Russell. He kicks it to Ilgauskas. 6 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jeff Teague. And the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, he may finally be rounding into form after what's been a tough game for him at the line prior to this trip.
And both free throws good for AI.
And he's starting to round back into shape after what's been a pretty off night from the line.
Rose kicks to Towns. To stop the drought. 4-3, Covington. Another shot. They shoot again, and Towns lays it in. Towns has got 24.
Well, the body control of Karl Anthony Towns, just a terrific job to take the hit.
In the corner, it's AI. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Nets lead by 17.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now here's Rose. T right on him. And he gets the bucket. Rose has got 8 points here in this quarter. Brooklyn leading by 15. Here's LeVert. Kicks it to Russell. Pass to Ilgauskas. And slam dunk by Allen.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Timberwolves trail by 17. There's the feed to T. Nice D from Russell.
Well, defenders are in the area, and that's all it took to force him to change his release.
AI right side. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Outside Rose. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Nets leading by 17. Here's LeVert. Pass to Russell. Here's Ilgauskas. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead. Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev. But he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Pass to Ilgauskas. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Rose. And the pass to Russell. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Another one. And he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
You're just assuming at this point every shot he takes, it's going to go in. What a shooting performance.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for D'Angelo Russell.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in.
AI, I've got Griff here. He's got a few questions for you if you have a second.
Oh, sure, yeah. Hey, Griff. Hey, everybody.
AI, stand-out performance tonight. You've really taken your offense to another level lately. How'd it feel to get all those buckets?
I mean, it felt great. You know, my teammates were feeding me the ball, and Coach kept calling my numbers, so I sort of just let instinct take over, and before I knew it, you know, we had the W.
Does Coach usually make adjustments like that when someone gets hot?
Yeah, you know, he's got a good feel for the game, and he knows how to adjust the offense for whatever's working. Some nights it might be me, some nights it might be someone else, but, you know, we all just out here trying to win some games.
And when you did. Thanks for the time, AI.
Thank you, Griff. So how we doing, Charlie? We good?
We're good, AI. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.